Let's talk about the things that moms cannot do. I know we talk a lot about the things that we can do, but there's some things we can't. It's actually really important that moms realize they can't do these things because then they're passing it down to their kids and teaching them that they can't either. The first thing you can't do is you can't fail without learning. Every single time you fail at something, you learn. Every single time that you try to put a schedule in place and you fail at that schedule, you're learning that that schedule didn't work for you and you need to move on to a different kind. Failure is a great teacher. Lean into it. Which leads me to number 2. You can't keep trying without eventually succeeding. In fact, the only way you're guaranteed not to succeed is if you don't continuously try. And I mean, set your expectations realistic. For every 100 things that I try, probably 4 succeed. And I've had to learn to be okay with throwing those other 96 to the wayside, because I cannot succeed unless I try. So we now know that you cannot fail without learning, and you cannot try without eventually succeeding. So what's number 3? You can't stop. And I know that sounds heavy, but it actually is a ton of freedom. And I'm not talking about taking breaks. I'm talking about stop trying. Stop attempting new things. Stop trying to see if you can better yourself or help better your children or better your environment or better your finances. And it's not like you can't stop like you're on a hamster wheel. It means you can't stop because time is organically moving. As I sit here right now, seconds are passing as I'm waiting for a child to come out of the house. And just the acknowledgement that time is passing actually gives me peace. And it gives me more peace the older my kids get. Because it forces me, 1, both back into the moment so that I truly savor what's happening around me. And 2, it reminds me that those failures and those things that I mess up are eventually going to be in the past. And every time that I fail and I learn something, that failure goes in the past, but what I've learned goes with me in the future. And that every single time that I try and I eventually succeed, all of those tries are just encouraging me that maybe the next try is what helps me succeed. To try and stop or try and slow down time is like fighting the air. Air is literally fueling you to continue going forward. Fighting it would seem foolish. But we also need to remember air is precious, our breath is precious, but it's with us so much that we take it for granted sometimes. But the fact that time keeps moving, it's actually in our favor because it puts those failures further behind us and it gives us more opportunities to try and succeed. It pushes back the lesser versions of ourselves while propelling forward the better version of us. And you can't stop that, but you can embrace it. So I encourage you, stop being scared of failing. Keep trying even if you failed a million times before, because the next time might be your success. And start embracing the fact that time moves forward because we're collecting the great memories that have happened. We're allowing time to soften the things that we wish didn't. And we still have the opportunity to create more of what we feel like is lacking in our past. So embrace your can'ts.